right, so to start off, I'm gonna show you a video. And this video is of CC Meadows. She's a small business owner in New Mexico, and she owns a cosmetic company. She's gonna give an example of how she used AI in her business. And I want you to watch it and learn from her story and think about what I just said, those three things, ways that you can use AI to help you automate your business.
We're very vibrant and colorful people. I wanted to bring that into my beauty brand. Turquoise and your yellows and your reds and your dusk, sunset, sunrise colors. Growing up, Chicana and indigenous culture, tradition was the center of everything that we did. And we do, still to this day. I'm Cece, and I'm the founder and CEO of Products Beauty. She goes to the camera. When I was 27, I went to cosmetology school, and I was working backstage at New York Fashion Week. I was in the hub of the makeup world, but no one looked like me. I was tired of being unseen. I have daughters who are also indigenous, and I don't ever want them to feel how I felt in that moment. So I started Products Beauty in my daughter's nursery. When she would take naps, I would work in there and just start doodling and creating things. But not having a business background, I needed to research and really learn about what I was doing. I started going to the University of Google, as we call it. June of 2019, I launched my website, and then a few years later, I took part in a Grow with Google event. When I first learned about AI, I was like, oh my gosh, like robots are gonna take over my world. But this gave me the opportunity to learn about AI, specifically Gemini from Google. I thought this could help my business in a big, big way. So I use Gemini to learn about things like what SEO is and what keywords are important to my brand specifically. But I also use it for creative, fun stuff.
Help me write a social media post using this image. Make it fun and trendy. Oh, how cute!
Also things like packaging ideas. I can take those ideas to my team and say, hey, this is an idea, but I want to tweak it a little bit. Something that would take me all day or even 2 days to do, I can do it, in an hour. It's very helpful for me and my business.
Hi, I'm Cece Meadows, and I'm going to be doing an orange minimalistic look.
For me, makeup is more than just something that you put on your face. I take this pretty light blue. It allows the world to see you how you want to be seen. And forget the goodbye.
I always give credit to my products that level.
To create something that helps someone feel and look beautiful. It's not just an honor for me to be able to do it, but to do it in a way that pays homage and respect to those that came before me. I think that is a big driver of why Browse has been successful in this space.
So, anybody shout out, what did you think about that video? What things you like about the story, and what are some ways that you can apply it to your business? Anyone? Yes.
I'll just do the last question, the product packaging.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
that's sometimes very time consuming, so.
Okay. Right. Anyone else?
I don't want to use it for like advertising and stuff, but I never thought about putting my background, what inspires me to do what I want
Yeah.
to do, what I'm doing, into something like that.
Great. What about back here? Anybody back there? Somebody? Nothing. Cowboys fans. All right. Anyone else? She's chewing. Okay. Anyone else?
SEO content.
SEO content. Great. All right. Those are some of the ways, but once again, I want you to think about those business applications. It's more than just memes and funny videos. It's really getting things done in your business and can help accelerate growth. So today's agenda, we're going to talk about AI at a very high level. We're not going to get too deep into it. I will define how it works in some key terms, but really make it understandable for you. In the next session, once again, those practical ways that you can use AI to help grow your business, all right? And to close it out, I'm going to give you a recap and resources. You all have a one-sheeter at your desk that has a recap of today's presentation as well. I'm going to review that and give you some more tips and strategies to learn more about using AI in your business. Introduction to AI. So anybody want to take a quick stab? What do you think AI is? If you had to define AI, what do you say it is?
Artificial intelligence.
Okay, that works. Yes.
It's us. It's our input. It's our data
Okay.
that's already there.
Okay, great. Yeah, those are good examples, but simply put, think about this. AI is computer programs that can do tasks that are typically associated with human intelligence. That's a lot, but think about that. Think about your GPS. Think about Gmail. Think about your spam filter. Think about if you watch YouTube, the next video is recommended to you. That's all AI working behind the scenes. And if you think about it, we've come a long way in the last few years. The internet changed the world. The internet came out about 25 years ago, which is crazy. I remember my first internet search. And it blew me away, having that much information and entertainment at your fingertips. Anybody else here remember the first internet search? Keep it PG now. Anybody want to yell it out? Yes.
Yeah, it was like having access to a university library.
Exactly. It blew you away. And the internet changed everything and still is changing everything. And next came along the rise of e-commerce. For the first time, you could sell on your website or go to a website and buy things. And that changed the game for a lot of small business owners. And the next biggest one, hold your phone up here. Hold your phone up. Smartphones, they changed the world. I remember in 2007 when it came out, it changed everything. Overnight, BlackBerries and other phones became obsolete. Smartphone changed the world. And for the first time, the internet was mobile. We were connected at all times. That could be good or bad, who knows? And also that led to the rise of social media. For the first time, you had to be on your laptop or your desktop to be on social media sites. You could be in social media sites on the go. And right now, we're experiencing the next big shift in technology. And I want to just scream this from the mountaintops. I don't think people realize what is happening right now. And this is not the future. I know they tell us that 5G will change the world, the metaverse will change the world, and all this stuff. And that's why we kind of get fatigued, like, okay. But no, AI is already changing the world. I talk about spam filters, talk about Gmail, talk about all these things that are already tied into your life. So AI is already changing the world. It's going to change it more. So I said this is an opening, but please, 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 this is the time to invest and test and use AI, not to wait 5 to 10 years and then try to get on board. We are really experiencing technology that's changing the world. And AI is also changing the world in both big and small ways. Think about if you go to your doctor. They can use AI tools to detect the disease early and treat it. Or something as simple. We all been there. You're at the supermarket, you're trying to buy some groceries, and your car gives a fraud alert. Those are ways that AI is being used as well. So AI has so many applications that really make life better. And I want to key on that. It's going to make life better and smoother. I had a 6th grade teacher in science, and he had a simple definition of technology. It was technology is anything that makes life easier and better. And I think in many ways that's the AI. It's going to make things run faster and better. You won't even know it. Already, every program you're using, AI is behind the scenes doing things that you don't even know. I have a stat here. 82% of business owners that use AI are already currently seeing results from that. That could be time savings. That could be increasing revenue, better marketing. So people that are using AI are already seeing those positive results. So this is the time to jump in and get on that bandwagon. I said this before, but I won't get too deep in some of these terms here, but I'll bring you through some of these terms because you may hear them. The first one is machine learning. Now, this is not robots taking over the world, but machine learning is simply, think about something like your spam filter. It learns from examples and applies them. So it learns what words may be spam, what sender may be spam as well, and automatically it now sends those emails to your spam filter. The next one is a language model. And a language model can predict the next word in the sequence or a sentence. So you've been typing on your phone and it tells you the next word, or typing in Gmail and tells you the next word. That's a form of AI or a language model as well. Or it can guess the next word in sequence. So I could say peanut butter and jelly. I could say cowboys and
Indians.
something like that. And the next example is a large language model. And that's very similar to the other examples, but on a much broader scale. That can do things like translations, it can summarize text, things like that. And the other show that we're talking about today is generative AI, also known as Gen AI. This is different because it can create new experiences, new content, new pictures, new videos, new songs, new codes. And this is the real piece of AI that's going to change everything and change the game. So today, we'll talk a lot about AI, but really focus on generative AI and how you can use that to create new content for your business. You may already be using AI and don't even realize it. I said it before, but think about watching a video on YouTube. It knows what video to show you next based on what your past behavior. That's a form of AI. Or a chat bot on the website. That's AI once again working. So it's already tied into your life. Let's talk more about how AI can help your small business grow. So once again, going back to our example of CC Meadows, she used AI to help a business run better and more efficiently. So today we'll use her a lot through examples of how she used AI. Okay, question. Who in here has a profile on Google Profiles, Google Business? Okay, it should be everybody. I always ask the question, people will say, oh, yes and no, but you realize that Google is the world's #1 website. Say it.
Google is the #1 website in the world.
With passion. Say it again.
Google is the #1 website in the world.
Exactly. So if you're a small business owner and there's the opportunity to be on the #1 website in the world for free, you have to be there. You have to be there. So if you don't have a profile, please get one. I can run through the steps and set it up, but it's pretty easy to do. But you have to get a profile because that's one of the main ways that you can get high visibility on Google search. Your customers can see that and then come to your business. And when y'all seen this is an example of a profile on Google you see here. So first, we have the name, of course, of your company. We have pictures and videos, which they're huge because you have to show customers what they can expect. So show them your business. Show them you consulting or doing what you do. That's huge. And next, we have quick links. That could be directions. So from their phone, they can hit a button and they can get turn direction to your business. The huge one is they can book an appointment, book a call, or they can click a button and they can call you automatically. So it's about that seamless ease of use. That's why you have to be on there. Also, more info as well. That can be reviews, photos, updates, and about us section. And reviews, I think, are the biggest one. Reviews, they make or break your business. Your company uses that to say, are they coming to you or your competition? So make sure you have good reviews about your business. And I always say this, for those of you that have a profile, be proactive. Ask your customers to leave a review because trust me, if they have a bad experience, they're going to tell you about it. But people have good experiences and they don't list them. So be sure to ask your customers. And the one we're talking about today is a description. And a description is so key for your business. Why? Because a description, it tells your customer what you do, what makes you special, what makes you unique. And AI can help you write a description that really brings out the selling points of your business. And this is so key. Once again, your customer, they're trying to choose. So using AI, it can bring out the selling points of your business and you can create a description. Now, once again, like all AI tools, please review this before you post it. It could be wrong. To make sure it's right, you might have to tweak it some, but once again, it brings out the selling points of your business that makes it more relatable to your customers. Anybody here own a restaurant? You do? Yeah. Okay, what kind of restaurant?
Italian.
Italian, okay, great. Okay, has anybody been there? No? Oh, okay.
I am in Leonardtown.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Well, I'm sure it's great. Anybody eaten at a restaurant before? Anybody? Okay, so this section can do it all. So if you notice, for a restaurant, Google profiles are huge, reviews are huge, and you have a profile, right?
Yes, sir.
How many reviews do you have?
How many reviews? I don't know.
A lot.
I have 4.4.
Okay, all right, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so you're doing good. So what AI can do is also create a digital menu in about 30 seconds. And it can do this from looking at PDFs or looking at photos uploaded by you as well. And it can review those and it can make a menu. But once again, review that menu to make sure the presses and descriptions are accurate. Jump-starting research projects. I think we've all been there. You have to write an email to a client, you have to respond to review, create a proposal, and you're sitting there at that blank screen, not getting started. A lot of times, AI can't read your mind, but it can get the juices flowing. It can come up with an outline or a summary. You say, okay, I can tweak this to make it my own. So a lot of times I use AI to kind of jumpstart the research process, to kind of jumpstart me writing that social media post or that proposal. So think about AI as search supercharge. We all know that Google is amazing, that it can find things, but now with AI, it is supercharged. One thing that you probably experienced is something called AI overviews. Has anybody seen these on a Google search before? So at the top of your listing right here, you'll see a section that has, it lists like details about the topic and also links to other resources. And what they're doing is they're integrating AI more into search. So let's do a quick activity here. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is strong. But pull your phone out, and I want you to go to google.com. And once you get there, I want you to type in the search. It can be about anything. It can be about your business, a product, a service, or industry. And I want you to see if a AI overview comes up. And it may not, because this is still being tested and rolled out, but if you see one, I want you to tell me what do you see. So it'll take a few seconds. Okay, I'm going to share. Did you see an overview on your search? Okay. What do you see? Nothing yet. Okay. Anybody see anything? You've seen it before. Yeah, and once again, it may not always show up, and if you don't see it, tweak your search and you may see one. But this is one way that AI is being tied into Google search. AI can also be used to brainstorm activities and come up with new ideas. Once again, getting those juices flowing, getting you in the direction of creating that content. So the star of the show today is Gemini. Gemini is Google's AI-powered tool that can help you get many things done. It's amazing. It can create code, it can create images, it can create videos. It's available in over 30 languages in 240 countries. It can do everything. And also, it's multimodal, all right? I learned the word the other day, multimodal. And what that means is it can work with various types of content. So that can be a picture, that can be a video, that can be text or code. So you can go to Gemini and you can type in description, create a logo for my Italian restaurant, and it can create a logo for you. You can upload a logo and say, give me a description of this logo, and it can give it to you. You can upload a video, and it can transcribe the video. It can summarize the video for you as well. So Gemini is cool because it can work with various types of content. Also, there's a standalone feature of Gemini called Gemini Chat, you want to say it. This is where you can chat with Gemini kind of like an AI assistant. You can ask it things about your business and questions as well. And one thing I'll say backing up, the great thing about Gemini is it's tied into the entire Google ecosystem, the entire workspace. So if you're in Docs, if you're in Gmail, if you're in Sheets, any of these tools, Gemini is built into that. So it's that seamless integration, and we'll talk more about that later. All right, so once again, the people that are currently using AI, hopefully using Gemini or another product maybe, but prompting is key. Because think about prompting as a conversation starter. Like when you go to the barbershop or the hairdresser and you tell them the haircut you want or hairstyle, you show them a picture of what you want. And by showing them a picture, hopefully they give you a better haircut or hairstyle that you want, and you get a better result. That's what a prompt is. The more information, the more detailed you are about what you want, the better the output is going to be from the chat engine, okay? So there's a few steps that you want to follow. First one is the task. The task is simply where you state to Gemini, what do you want it to do? So I wanted to create a social media post. That can be your task. The next is the context. That's when you get more details. It could be size, it could be color, it could be the length. You could say, I want it in bullet points as well. After that is the reference. And the reference is when you're showing Gemini a sample of what you want. So you can upload a PDF and then say, I want to create a PDF similar to this. Or opposite, you can say, I don't want to create a PDF or image similar to this as well. So giving a reference, even it can be a website address, giving a reference is going to help you get a better output. The next step is to evaluate. Once again, AI is a great, powerful tool, but make sure you evaluate the output. So that means you read through that response. You don't cut and paste, send to a client. You don't put it on social media, right from AI. You have to look at that. You have to make sure that's in your brand voice, that's covering the things you want it to say. I have an example. So I speak a little fast sometimes. So I was doing a search a few weeks back, and Gemini, and I said, create a LinkedIn post. And I said it so fast, it hurt Lincoln. So it gave me a whole post talking like Abraham Lincoln. Now, if I didn't read that, I would have posted that on LinkedIn and people were saying 4 scores and whatever years. It would have been crazy. So you have to read it. You have to evaluate it. Once again, AI is a tool. It can't replace you. You have to make sure it's saying what you want. And the last step is you have to iterate. And iterate is similar to evaluate, but a little different. That's when you go back and you change things to get it more aligned with what you want. You say, okay, Javon, that's close, but speak I do this a lot. Simplify my text to speak to people of a 10th grade education. Speak to this demographic. You have to go back, you can change their prompt to get more in line with what you want. So this is a step to the process of iteration. So first, you want to revisit the framework. The framework, once again, I'll come back to this, is the task, the context, the reference. Review those and make sure that they're accurate. The next one is you want to separate the prompt into shorter sentences. So be short, be choppy with what you're saying. The next one is try different phrasing. And that can depend. So I was doing a post, a search weeks back, and I was putting in digital marketing. And I found I got different output between digital marketing and online marketing. It's the same thing with different phrase. So you can change the phrase that you put in. And the next thing, you can introduce constraints. So that can be, I want something that's 300 characters long. I want it in bullet points. Give it more rules of what to do. All right? So we don't have much time, but we could do a prompt again, exercise. So your phone or laptop, go ahead and pull it out. So, and take a picture of this. This is an example of a prompt that you can use. This is a basic prompt. So we see first it says, as an experienced salesperson, create a persuasive sales pitch for my product or service. The pitch should highlight my features and benefits and address these potential objections from a customer. So that's kind of a boilerplate prompt that you can use. All right, now I want you to try it. So once again, pull out your phone or your laptop, visit Gemini.google.com, and I want you to type it in and see what happens. And it's your first time going to Gemini. You may have to agree to accept terms and conditions. You can read over that and proceed as you want. And I'll go back to it again. This is the example. So type in this example, but change it to fit your business. So I'll give you a minute, and we'll share some of our findings.
I thought it was kind of cool already. When I first time ever using it, they already knows who I am and everything.
Right. All right. Does anybody want to share some of their early results? So just raise your hand. I'll bring the mic to you. You can share what you got from putting in your prompt. Any volunteers? You get a free folder and a pencil and a writing pad. Anybody want to share? Okay. Got it. Right here.
Start off by confessing I didn't follow the instructions completely, but what I did was I went to the Gemini, and I uploaded a picture of the prompt that I took. And the response was basically it needed more information, so it gave me a list of information. It said if you wanted to give you the latest sales pitch, I need a little bit more information. Please tell me X, Y, and Z. So it gave me a list of prompts to add in there, probably which are the prompts in the blue. So I just wanted to share that. That's one of the things that I noticed that AI does. If you are trying to get more decisive with your information, you can ask it questions and it will give you prompts to get more insightful.
Great. Anyone else want to share some results? Right here.
As an experienced communications consultant, create a persuasive sales pitch for corporate video voiceover work. The pitch should highlight brand amplification, address objections such as using AI versus a human voice.
Pretty good. So what was the output? What did you get? You don't have to read the whole thing. You can just read the first.
As a fellow communications professional, you understand the power of impactful messaging. Today, I want to talk about an often underestimated element that can significantly amplify your corporate videos and strengthen your brand resonance, the human voiceover.
Yeah, great. One more. You must want to share their prompt. Just choose her right there.
So we have an interior design firm that offer luxury design services, of which sometimes cost can be a constraint or an objection. I thought the wording was really well done. So we understand that luxury can sometimes raise concerns about cost. It's true that we don't compromise on quality or craftsmanship. Our approach is rooted in providing exceptional value. We work diligently to understand your budget from the outset, present transparent proposals, meticulously planning your project. Just wanted to give a really
Great. So you find it was helpful?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, keep moving. All right, I'm giving you one more. We won't do this one live, but one more prompt that you can use right here. Take a picture of this. This is another prompt that you can use as well. And you see how they broke it into shorter sentences, so it's a little easier to do. But take a picture of that. And there's something called a prompt library that we'll learn about later on. That's when you create a list. And this should be stored in like a document somewhere where you can say, okay, I want to use this prompt again. Let me just plug it in and just fill in the blanks with what I want. All right?
Keep a Word document open.
Yeah,
All of them.
exactly. You got it.
Keep saving them.
Yes. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't share the slides. Sorry. Can't do it. All right. And I said this earlier, but the cool thing about Gemini 2, it is multimodal. And once again, that means it can deal with different types of media. That can be text, that can be videos, and generate those. Again, you can put in a description of a logo, and it can create one for you. So now let's do that real quick. Let's do a prompt. Say, create a logo for my, whatever your business is, and see what it comes up with. So your prompt's going to be create a logo for my business fill it in. What do you do? What the name is, and I want to see the logo that it creates for you.
CSM's got a really, really fast Wi-Fi. You can see.
Okay. All right. Anybody get a logo?
It did.
You got one? Okay.
It put a wrench in there,
Okay.
and it doesn't spell use taglines here.
Right.
It-
Okay. Well, it's a start. Once again, you
Yeah.
have to tell it what you want more, so you can say
Misspellings and stuff.
redefine
You
this
gotta prompt
image.
it more.
Yeah, you got to prompt it more. You could tell it what slogan you want to have. You could tell it what images not to use as well. But that's an example, once again, of Gemini's capability to be multimodal. It can deal with different types of things as well. Once again, you can upload a YouTube video, say transcribe this or summarize this, and it'll give you a summarization of that video. All right, moving on to streamlining communications. Yes.
Does the Gemini app not allow you to have produce photographs?
I'm sorry.
In the Gemini app, does it not allow for, does it not produce photos in the app? You have to go.
It should work in the app. It didn't work for you? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We can talk later about that. Let me give you my card. Look more into that.
Thank you.
And by the way, that's my youngest guest, by the way, so I appreciate that. Bring your kid. How old? 6 months. That's tough to beat. Okay, yes.
I have a question.
Give the mic. And you gotta stand up. You gotta stand up too.
No, you don't.
You're good.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a question coming from somebody who doesn't necessarily own a small business, but I'm here gathering information to relate to prospective small business owners in Southern Maryland.
Okay.
How would you advise or suggest that somebody use AI without getting rid of originality and creativity, right? So we just
Right.
had an activity where we were making a logo in AI.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's a certain creativity and originality aspect to creating your own business. You've done
Yeah.
it for yourself. It was your idea, your fruition.
Right.
You're bringing it to life. So how do you suggest people use it as a tool and not a crutch
Mhm.
to outright develop their whole business?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. I think I said it earlier. AI is a tool. It can't read your mind. But do this. Upload a page of your website content and say, make this readable for this demographic. And I guarantee the output is going to be like, wow. So use AI to kind of improve things, make things better. Like I said about my post about Abraham Lincoln, don't take that and put that right into social media or right into a client. Make it your own first. Make sure it's in your voice. That's very, very key. So it's not replacing creativity, but it helps you kind of get there a little easier. So I would just say be careful about it. Make sure you read over that output. Make sure it's what you want. And even that logo. Yes, the first one was very generic. But guess what? You didn't tell it the slogan. You didn't tell it the color scheme. You didn't say you want it vertical or horizontal. That's creativity. So it's a tool. The more information you give it, it's good to make something more aligned with that and not kind of guess what you may want. Okay. Any other questions? No. Okay. All right. So moving on to streamline communication. So that is one of the key benefits of AI as well, whether you're using Gmail or any program or Sheets or Docs, especially, show of hands in here, who is currently using Google Workspaces? All right. I'm not a salesman, but it's awesome because it has everything under one umbrella, your documents, your spreadsheets, your video, your Gmail, all of that stuff. So when it comes to small business, having that ecosystem helps things run smoother. And like I said before, Gemini is tied into all of those services automatically. So I have a video I'm going to show you. It's of Mark Cuban and his company, Cause Drugs Plus, I believe, and how they use AI and Google Workspaces to make their company run better. So once again, I want you to watch the video, get out some tips on what he uses AI for, and And once again, think about how AI can help you streamline the communications of your business.
I get 1,000 emails a day. And when I saw Smart Reply for the first time, let me just tell you, it was top 20 happy days of my life. Data drives everything. And so for a big company, small company, medium-sized company, you want something that's fully integrated, talks to each other, and learns as it goes. And that's the beauty of Gemini through Google Workspace. For the pharmaceutical industry, the two things that we're missing were one, transparency, and two, trust. And that's really the overall mission of Cost Plus Drugs. Simplify and transparency and be fair. So you know exactly what you're paying for and why. We were able to create a company that changed the entire pharmaceutical industry. With Google, we can have a real-time conversation with multiple people in multiple countries, and it's translating for us in real time. It just makes it easy for any individual to manage their data life, if you will, and to connect to everybody else that you work with, whether it's chat, read, email. It can learn and save so much time that the whole definition of productivity changes. That's Google Workspace. From my perspective, there are two types of companies: those who are great at AI and everybody else.
All right, so let's get the mic again. Can we share what we thought about the video? Everybody want to share what they thought about the video?
I learned a lot.
Hold on for the mic. Good.
Yeah, I learned a lot about the features. I had no idea that they can translate to from different languages. Very insightful.
Great, thank you. And last question, how can you integrate some of those things into your business? Okay, I'll come back to you. Anyone else want to share their feedback and ways they integrate that into the business? Only one.
No,
All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
When receiving orders from different countries,
Right.
I can translate it to understand what they need.
Yeah, exactly. That's a product obligation. Okay, one more. Did you raise your hand? I'm sorry. No, you did? Okay. Way in the back there. Okay.
So for the purpose of marketing, for the purpose of marketing, I think that video does a good job, right? You want to present a problem and then present a solution to it. So it gets 1,000 emails a day.
Right.
And it shows how Google and AI can help address that problem.
Yeah.
So I think when you're doing small business and everything else, you present the problem, give a solution, you're the expert in it, and there you go.
Right. Yeah, you got it. Great. So let's go through some of those features. So one that we all seen is called Smart Compose in Gmail. And that's when you are typing a reply to email and it kind of guesses the next few words. Once again, that's a form of AI that can save you time when you, like me, you get hundreds of emails. I have 6 email accounts. How can you get all those faster? You need some of these tools to help you run a little smoother. The next one is Smart Replies. And I'm sure you've probably seen this on your Gmail. You get an email from a client asking a question, what are your hours? Are you open to a yes or no? And you can kind of read through the email and give you a response. May not be always accurate, but you can a lot of times click the response. And these are kind of one-word answers, but I've done this before, and I've get like a couple of sentences of reply to an email. Once again, might have to tweak it some, but it's going to save you time. And one I use a lot that's not really AI is I check emails at night, and I schedule them for the next day. That's the tool I use a lot. So email you got for me, James, or anybody, I probably sent that 2-3 days ago and scheduled to go out that morning. But once again, using some of these tools is going to save you time, it's going to add up. And on average, AI tools save small business owners 13 hours per week. 13 hours. That's almost 2 full business days. So once again, automating some of those routine tasks, emails, things like that, product descriptions, making those easier and faster. And you also may see some of these tools in Gmail, whether it's a tabbed inbox, once again, making it faster. Your primary email, your promotions, your update social media posts are going to be in different categories so you can look at it easier and know what's important, what's not. Summary cards. Once again, if you book a flight somewhere, it'll give you your itinerary. Last one is nudges. So let's say you sent email to a client last week and they didn't respond. 5, 6 days later, you get an email saying, hey, do you want to respond to this client as well? So once again, ways that you can streamline your business and make it run faster and better. And once again, Google Workspaces has all this in there. It's built into Docs, Sheets, and Gmail, so it's all seamless. At last check, the cost for this was $20 per month within Workspace. So once again, you can try out a free version or the paid version and see what you like. But I will say with the paid version, you get kind of more features. But I recommend starting with the paid version to get used to it, see how it works, and then use it. Is anybody here using a paid version of Gemini by any chance? Okay, all right, we'll try it out. All right, moving on to tools for marketing and measurement. Next question, who in here uses Google Ads for their business? Okay, one person. All right, you don't need a mic. Tell me about your experience Google Ads for your business.
So I'm a real estate agent, so the issue that I run into is with Facebook and social media, I'm restricted because of fair housing laws.
Right.
So I'm forced to go into Google, utilize paid advertisement
Right.
to push the brand.
Right. Yeah, that was awesome. And once again, talking about being on Google, if you're not using Google Ads, I would suggest just trying it out. What makes Google Ads so amazing and different is that you can control the cost. You can spend $100 a day, you can spend $5 a day. And unlike traditional media, you control everything. You control where your ads run. I want to target this zip code or this county or this state as well. And the beauty of it is it's measurable. You can see what's working and what's not working, and in real time, you can change the ad to be more productive and fit for your business. So if you're not using ads, once again, it's something to look into because you're getting a high visibility on Google search.
You want me to expand?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
So I can basically pick a demographic and a geo-farming, pick an area and a demographic. So I can target people that have been in their houses for over 10 years. Because I know age 60 to 65, over 10 years of ownership are most likely to sell right now. So I take market information, push it into my Google Ads. They'll market you guys with emails, targeting. You guys go from website to website. You'll keep seeing my name pop up. And then on the back end, you click on it and get a free home value report or something else. Then that will go into AI, and they'll start a conversation with you, pre-qualify or prompt you, and then it connects it to me. So I just taught you all how real estate works. Don't yell at us, like everyone does it. But if you ask for something about your information, then eventually you will get to a live person. Hopefully it's me.
Great. Yeah, thanks for that explanation, but that's what I mean, those real practical applications you just think about. AI can help you do that. And once again, as far as marketing, AI can help you get a better understanding of your customer and who they are.
Absolutely.
And
it's all about time. So if you can narrow it down and go for it, AI just makes everything faster and more direct.
You know what? Come up here, teach class. You got this. You got this, man. But yeah, but that's the beauty of AI. It can help you get a better understanding of your customer, their likes, their needs, and their wants. And not so much the demographics, age and where they live and, sex, that's great, but the way they think, they understand. So like you said, that's been in their house for over 10 years. That's something key that AI can pull out, but you identify. So I believe AI in this data age we're in now, it's the end of guessing. There's no reason you should be guessing who your customers are and what they want. You can use tools like AI or Google Analytics or other tools to find out exactly what your customers want and then create marketing that's in line with your customers' needs, all right? Can you hold till the end? Yeah. Okay. I gotta finish up. Thank you. So once again, if you are using Google Ads, there's a feature where you can actually like a chat conversation, you can talk to ads and build it out easier. So coming up with your headline, that's what you see when you do a search for ad, come up with the description as well, and also site links that can be like your phone number. Ever seen an ad where you can click to call the ad? That's an example of something you can add using this tool. So if you get a chance, check this out. This is within Google Ads. The next one I want to tell you about is Max Performance Pro. Do you know about that? I got them. All right. So basically what this does, Google is just not one thing, Google search. There's a Google search, there's images, there's Gmail, there's Map, there's YouTube, there's all these services. So what Max Pro does is it takes your ad that maybe just be on Google search and runs it across the entire Google ecosystem. So you can show up on more places. And companies that use this see a 27% increase in their returns. So once again, it shows your ads in more places, and it does it automatically. So once again, another advantage of Google Ads is that visibility. And when y'all said it again, Google is the world's #1 most visited website. So being there and showing up there is going to be important for your business. And last one I'm going to talk about is if you sell products online, something called Google Product Studio. And let's say anybody here sell products online like lotion or candles or anything? Okay. So let's say, what do you sell? Yell quick.
I make soap and skincare.
Okay, soap, great. So you have a picture of a bar of soap, and it's on a background of, let's say, a winter background. You can upload that picture to this and say, replace this background with the image of fall or spring or summer. And then take the image and put that into your campaign or put that on your website. So once again, what it's doing is it's saving time. You don't have to hire a photographer or editor. In real time, it can replace that background to something that's more aligned with your customers' want. So you use the same image for the fall, for the summer, and also for the winter. Next question. Who in here is using Google Analytics on their website? Okay. Once again, you need to be using Google Analytics. I give an example. So who in here drives a car? Been in the car. Okay, everybody. So in a car, you have a dashboard. And your dashboard tells you your speed, it tells you your tire pressure, your oil level, and all the other stuff. Imagine driving a car without any dashboard. You wouldn't know where you're going. That's the way that many small business owners are running their website. They're just doing what feels right, what they think makes sense. But what Analytics does is a free piece of software that tells you what actions that your customers are taking on your website, and then you can turn those actions into business decisions. So once again, you said soap? Skincare. Great, so soap and skincare. She can have a page for about skincare or about soap. She can look at analytics and tell what page gets more visitors, more traffic. Then you can say, oh, soap is getting more visitors. Let me make that more prominent on the homepage. That's a real business decision. So once again, we want to get away from guessing and start moving to data to pair that with our gut decisions. So within Google Analytics, AI can help you identify trends, spikes. Why did visitors increase on this day? Why did they decrease? And let you know what steps you can take to try to change that. So recap, we said a lot today about a lot of things, but AI, once again, is a tool that is going to make things better for you, but you have to begin to start using it and build it into your business. So Google believes that the only way to start to be truly bold in the future is to be responsible from the start. So Google takes a lot of pride in, of course, security and AI, and making sure that from the start it's not biased, it's transparent. And I encourage you to do the same. Don't use AI in negative ways to say things that aren't true, but use it in positive ways to help grow your business. So 3 takeaways before we leave. Once again, AI simply is a computer program that can do human-like tasks. Think about that. Next, business owners that are using AI are already seeing an increase in sales, time and savings also. If you want to learn more about AI, we have 2 courses on Coursera that get more into AI essentials and also prompting. If you want to learn more, visit the address here, grow.google/AI essentials and grow.google/prompting to learn more. Also, if you're looking to upskill any of your services or knowledge base, whether that's from cybersecurity, IT, user design, we offer something called Grow with Google Career Certificates. These are certificates you can get in, skill sets to improve your job and also help your employees. To find out more about this, simply visit grow.google/certificates. And also, we have a channel on YouTube. So if you enjoyed today's workshop, we have a channel on YouTube that talks about analytics, Gemini, and Google search, and all these things. Simply go to google.com and look up Grow with Google. All right, and if you can, take a picture of this with your cell phone. This is a list of some of the tools I spoke about today. Some of these are listed on your one-sheeter, but once again, this is a list of some of the things we talked about today. All right, and saying that, I want to thank you for your, go guys, I gotta be faster. All right. And James, you want questions real quick?